This is going to be part 22 on the list, but had to continue on because you can't really pause or save or anything like that, so we have to just go right through Chris's section. And I'm a little tired right now, so I think I'm just going to show the cutscenes and shit all the way up until the final boss. And then I'll attack the final boss in the morning because it's just late right now and I don't really want to start fucking up when we've been doing pretty decently and not dying the entire run. But this is a heavy reading section. So very heavy reading section. This explains everything about Village. And when you put this all together, this is actually some of the fucking coolest shit that I think I've ever seen, like, of an explanation as to what kind of game we're actually playing. And, like, the level of detail they actually took to explain all this stuff. Really nice books, man. Okay. Subject name, Salvatore Moreau. Cadu affinity, low. Brain function, surprisingly low. The Cadu has caused drastic changes to internal organs, transforming them into organs similar to fish-like gills and swim bladder. Another subject with irregular cell division causing him to transform into a giant fish. The subject is unable to control his transformation. Too many defects and unfit vessel for Eva. Subject name, Alcina Dimitrescu. Cadu affinity, most favorable. Brain functions, normal. Regeneration rate is incredibly fast. The subject can heal any external wound within seconds and grow her nails into claws in mere moments. Rapid regeneration also means an increased body size. Note, due to hereditary blood disease, the subject must ingest human flesh and blood on a regular basis to maintain regeneration properties. I suspect that if the subject's regeneration is not properly balanced, she may mutate uncontrollably. An unfit vessel for Eva. So, yes. Kind of the whole thing of why she's like a vampire lady. Subject name, Carl Heisenberg. Cadu affinity, incredibly favorable. Brain functions normal. Has electric organs similar to the electric ray narc japonica. These electric organs are connected to the subject's nervous system. Can therefore pass and control electricity throughout the entire body, allowing control of the magnetic fields which is used to move metal. Splendid specimen, but still an unfit vessel for Eva. Subject name, Donna Beneviento. Cadu affinity, favorable. Brain functions, normal, although severe mental illness. Physically, she is no different from a regular human. However, she can secrete a signal-producing substance which controls plants infected by the mutamycete. When humans absorb the pollen from a particular flower, she can cause them to have hallucinations. However, she is mentally underdeveloped and has divided her Cadu among her dolls in order to control them from a distance. An unfit vessel for Eva. So Miranda was like, fuck all these fucking people. That's a Cadu. So you look at that.
To control the bioweapons.
Yep, there you go. Chris said it for us. That little fucking piece of shit parasite is what comes out of this big ass fucking weird ass parasite. And where the development of the mold actually came from and stuff like that. So we're getting lore bombed. We are getting lore dropped hardcore right now. Biggest thing is to kind of walk and take your time here because once we end this section, that's it. No more Chris. Okay. see the step phases into whatever they're trying to show here. That would look like Mother Miranda. Oh boy. We saw this before. Crazy shit, man. They're really testing your knowledge to see if you remembered anything about 7. So Mother Miranda was there the whole time during the Evelyn project. Dear Miranda, my deepest apologies for not meeting you in person. I would love nothing more than to visit your quaint village once more. However, I am incredibly busy. Then again, I suppose for an immortal woman such as yourself, you no longer remember this poor half-dead medical student in the snow. I've always cherished the revelations I came to 15 years ago when I stayed in your village. I was inspired by your research to think one could transform a human by infecting them with an organism. Positively visionary. I knew that with the knowledge I could achieve my own vision for the next step in human evolution. Even after 2 world wars and humanity on the cusp of another, my conviction never wavered. I realized, however, though, through the many nights of intellectual talks you and I shared, that your conviction differed from mine. You hoped to bring back a single dead person, while I aimed to change the world. Your experiments on the mold would not have aided me in my endeavor to achieve an exponential infection. I thought a virus would be more effective. This is why, my dear, I had to leave you. I still regret never telling you goodbye. My apologies for reminiscing. I actually have news that I thought might please you. I have found the key to evolution, the progenitor, a virus found in Africa. I plan to start a company with friends and colleagues dedicated to the virus's research. I will call it Umbrella, just like the symbol in the cave that we spoke about. I am one step closer to making my vision a reality. I hope you will be able to achieve your goal someday too. You taught me so much, and for that I will be forever in your debt. Sincerely, your lifelong student, Oswell E. Spencer.
Spencer. Here. No way.
I love that. I love that so much, man, that Chris actually fucking says something about it too, like when you interact with it. That is so good. Like, oh my god. Sorry, it's so hype, man. I don't know. Now we have really, like, we've been shown everything that this game wants us to fucking know, right? It's called back to Resident Evil fucking 1, right? And who more appropriate than Chris Redfield to be here for this occasion, for this moment right now, to learn that, Spencer, the place where he spent, where Resident Evil was born in the Spencer Mansion, the guy who created Umbrella is like came here because whatever, he was trying to do some research, and then he was just out there, didn't fucking know how to walk in the snow or whatever the case might have been, and then just stumbled across this, and then here you go. Miranda's just like her own type of researcher lady, and found the Cadu and all that kind of stuff. This is incredible, man. This is, when I said keep an open mind about this game, I really meant it, because it's called back to the very first time, like we now know how how the Spencer spent his life, and where his ambitions came from, where his motivation, who he looked up to, like, just everything about this game is just like, wow. All it really takes is just to read stuff and pay attention. And yeah, so like I said, I don't know where the future's going to go. I don't know if 9's going to continue with this, or how are we going to address the fact that Oswald E. Spencer was here in this village. And then that's what kind of sparked him to be like, I'm going to create a zombie virus. Let's do this. Insane. And you got the bat people. Got all all the fucking Cadu in the world here. We know her all too well. My Eva, it's been 100 years since I lost you to the Spanish flu. I was so powerless back then, but now I can bring you back to life from the Megamycete. I had to test your new vessel's regenerative abilities. I took her apart and revived her in the Megamycete regulator, the Giant's Chalice. All that is left is to merge her with the Megamycete, and the ceremony can finally begin. After I lost you, I was so stricken with grief that I wandered into a cave to die. So I wanted to be with you again. And that's when I found it, the Megamycete, completely by accident. When I touched the black substance, my mind was overcome with knowledge. The Megamycete breaks down and absorbs the consciousness of those who have perished. I knew that if your consciousness was still in there, was in there too, then there would be no way to bring you back. Then there would be a way to bring you back. I just needed the right vessel. When I returned to the village, I implanted the villagers with mold from the Megamycete. That way I could control them, experiment on them. I have experimented on hundreds of people just to find you, the perfect vessel. I even tried to increase the efficiency of finding a vessel by creating a parasite I called Cadu. Yet none of my experiments came to fruition. There were some, like Alcina, who were close to being perfect, but most turned into lichens. I was once approached by an organization who said they would assist me. I gave them some of the mold in your DNA. But all they created was another defect, Evelyn. Then again, not a complete failure. I learned of Rose thanks to them, and I knew she would be the perfect vessel. There was some interference, but I was able to verify her suitability. Now my research is finally complete. Eva, I've waited long to see you. So there's your answer right there. We know that the connections, Mia's former organization knew about Rose, so they're still pinning down and keeping an eye on Mia for some reason, and just a fucking wow situation there, right? The Mother Miranda is such a good villain for this game because she's been doing this for years, just trying to revive her own child that died to a flu, and it was just by a whole complete fucking accident. She just went into a cave to just die, right? Because of the grief that she felt as a now single mom, no child or anything, and she comes across that thing. It does all these fucking experiments, pretty much gets like brain enhancement because the Megamycete's like, no, I need to survive. I'm a parasite. I need to keep on surviving. And then boom, right? Samples of the mold, this and that, gives them to the connections. Connections goes ahead and makes a goddamn bioweapon out of the little girl. Insane shit how it's all twisting upon each other right now. We got a picture of all sorts of motherfuckers, right? We got, I don't know what's up with him. I don't know why he's kind of head-shaped like that, but yeah, so we got some big-time players here. We got the dude that we saw before. We got Evelyn in the middle, and then Mia over there off to the right. And once again, more of Mother Miranda. The only thing I hope they do in the future is that they're going to keep this up. They need to fix the sliding because I hate when it's like straight up over their faces. So Miranda as a mom, grief-stricken mother just wanders into a cave and creates this whole fucking nightmare. That's so good, man. Crazy too. So that's pretty much the story of Resi Village for you.
Show me your hands. Umbrise, this is Alpha. Where is Miranda right now?
Still at the ceremony site. Whatever she's doing, she's staying put.
God damn. It really is you. I'm glad you saved me. Why are you here?
I was caught in Houston experiments.
Wait, did you say Mia? Mia Winters?
In the flesh. What's the situation up there?
Kind of a war going on. Nothing we can't handle.
Don't get distracted. Stick to the mission. I'm headed to the ceremony site.
Wait! You can't leave me here. You promised, damn it! You said that you would keep us safe. We did everything that you asked. We moved over here, everything! And I didn't care. So long as we were together. So you tell me, where is my husband? Where is my daughter?
Ethan is... gone. I couldn't save him. But I can save Rose. Come on. It's not safe here after all.
What do you mean he's gone?
He's dead. I'm sorry, Mia, but we have to leave. We have to destroy this village.
No! You're wrong. I tried to keep this a secret, but... you don't understand how special he is.
What's going on? Someone there? It's cold. How did I get here? God, it's freezing. This shit in my body.
You're so dumb.
Ellen? How are you here?
You're dead.
Dead? I mean, Miranda. She... no. I still have to save Rose.
Wrong! It wasn't Miranda. You were always dead.
What are you saying? I can still...
See? Miranda didn't kill you. You mean you didn't think it was weird? No matter how much you got hurt? Remember. Years ago, the Baker house. You were murdered by Jack. You died there 3 years ago.
That's impossible. No way.
Shouldn't even be able to walk around.
Quit messing with my head.
You shouldn't be walking.
Screw you! Then what am I? I did all that. Rose. Mia.
Now do you get it? Your whole body is nothing but mold. You can't ever see your family again.
Family. Family. No. Rose. I have to save my daughter.
You're already dead. Dead.
I will save Rose.
At last, he awakes.
Where am I?
My carriage, Ethan. You were having a nightmare.
Duke?
Your battle with Heisenberg was a sight to see. But to think Miranda would show herself.
How long have I been out?
Not long till dawn.
Duke, I need a favor. Take me to Miranda.
I assumed as much and am already on the way. We should arrive shortly.
Thank you.
But Ethan, are you sure of this? Your body is, well, falling apart.
Yes.
Foolish of me to ask.
Speaking of foolish questions, who, what are you?
Even I can't quite answer that. We're here.
I owe you one.
Mr. Winter, I'm afraid you can't return to your old world any longer. Are you ready?
Yeah, I have to be. I gotta go.
Oh man, dude, what a game, man. What a game, what a game, what a game. Oh my god. I mean, shout out Duke though, right? The Duke is always and will always be the fucking man. But yep, that's it. That's Ethan died, man. He got whatever happened. I mean, I don't know, Jack's super punch. I don't know if his stomp on the face cracked his neck. I don't know. It's never explained how he actually like truly killed him. You know, did they, you know, when they fed him the shit, did the mold infect him? You know, or just being in that house? You know, did Evelyn fucking do? I don't know. It'll never be explained anymore, but you know, we gotta make do with what we got. So just kind of final bits and pieces we can do here. Let's story of Village was pretty much all wrapped up in that little thing. You know, we found out Spencer was here. We found out why Miranda's doing the shit she's doing, basically. Just a lot of stunning revelations, right? The real Mia's sitting down there. She went with Chris's word, like, hey, you said we were good to go, what the fuck? And then boom, you know, like, all the worst shit that you could possibly think happens, and it happened to the Winters family, you know? So but that's it, man. We're here. This is the final chapter.
Do be sure you're prepared.
Sell whatever you need to sell. Crystallized Heisenberg there. Let's actually take a look at that.
Victoria Coram, please be well.
Thanks.
So that's Heisenberg's little heart twisted in the Cadu.
Do you have sufficient weapons and items? Oh, the assemblage of life and machine. I can feel Lord Heisenberg's essence through it. Amat Victoria Coram.
And then, I mean, essentially what all this crap is just, like, end game, and you gotta do new game pluses over and over again to kind of get the money to get all that. So.
Interesting selection.
Bought them all, let's just keep on buying it. V61, yeah.
Aha. One moment, please. It was truly a pleasure doing business with you.
And the knife's not really going to help here, so we're going to shortcut that. Okay, so final bit. As soon as I walk up this little thing, it's going to, you know, put us in the final boss moments. Really enjoyed this stuff, though. You know, Resident Evil Village was and always will be probably in my top 3 forever. Definitely got to go with, you know, 2 and then 4 and then Village at this point. And like I said, it is a weird one. It's a very weird one. The story is completely bonkers, but I mean, Resident Evil is not supposed to make sense, right? It's apocalyptic fantasy, and I mean, the way that they did this, they took a Victorian, like, setting, you know, and we had like their own kind of Resident Evil spin on what vampires and werewolves and stuff like that would be, but then it became like mechanical horror, and oh my god, it was so good, you know. And like a lot of Heisenberg section can kind of be like related to, you know, what Nazi Germany was trying to do and stuff like that with experimenting on people and turning them into like the ultimate weapons or whatever. So I mean, there's a lot of like differences in that, and I mean Heisenberg, that's clearly, I believe Germanish name. If not, then, you know, sorry about that, but yeah. It's there's just a lot of, you know, they put a lot into this one, so we're gonna finish it in the next chapter. watch the final bit there, and then that'll close my Resident Evil stuff for a little while until I actually decide to get back on the kick and, you know, destroy some bioweapons again and all that kind of stuff. So, really appreciate it. Thanks for watching, and then next part, it will be the end.